What's up, everybody? YouTube Nighter Tales edition. Hadn't done one of these in like forever, but we got Gypsypsycho in the house, redoing his one from a while back we did with no sound at long last. Great to have you on for this again.
Hey, it's good to be back. And hello everyone. I'm Gypsypsycho.
Of course, I'm Blinks. I haven't been on YouTube in forever in general. I've been doing Twitch mostly when I've been busy, but without further ado, we're gonna get going. We're playing the Capcom Beat 'em Up bundle, and this game has a ton of beat 'em ups in it. And this particular game is King of Dragons. You said you had been you played this when you was a kid before?
Yes, I played this as a kid before with my uncle. I can't really remember how far we got into it before, but I know some of the characters I do somewhat remember, at least image-wise. And one of them, like, that I recognize the most was that that knight. I think I had like that little red crest on him, because again he was like the most coolest looking one when I first played it.
Right.
And of course my uncle being, you know, the older one and being the young kid, you know, he's just like big brother ego. I was like, nope, I get to pick this character.
Absolutely. Free play, so we get that. Alright, so yeah, there's the characters you just alluded to.
Yeah.
I had played this once when I first got this demo on the Switch, but I have not touched it. I'm trying to remember which one I really gravitated towards. Fuck, it just chose one for me.
Alright, since I'm cleric, I mean, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Alright.
Jump and attack. It's pretty straightforward. It's only, yeah. Ooh, beat 'em ups. You don't see too much new beat 'em ups nowadays in modern days.
Nah, you don't.
Like, everybody just wants to play a shooter or sports games a lot for the most part. But there's still some good hidden gems out. Streets of Rage 4 is probably the best. I know it's a recurring theme to just tell people out there. Streets of Rage 4 is probably the best modern day beat 'em up. It paid homage to the OG Streets of Rage. And all the characters, they have the retro of 1, 2, and 3 in it. This game's pretty straightforward.
I played Streets of Rage, I believe, only once, but I honestly don't know. How many Streets of Rages is there? Is like
4.
4? Yeah, I honestly don't really remember how many I've played. I mean, I've only played it again like once at an arcade, and that's really about it.
The original trilogy are on Sega Genesis Classics, like if you get that on a Switch or Xbox or PlayStation. And the original one was like rated M.
Oh,
Crazy. Really? The newest one, 4, is I think T for Team.
Yeah.
Oh shit, this guy. Oh man.
Dodge mechanics.
So, what was your introductory into video games? Like the first thing you remember playing or console you owned?
So, I think really the first console I owned was a SNES game system. But what I also do remember, at least my very first game, except I think this was like one of those really special ones. Mm-hmm. This was it was Duck Hunt, except it was like a projection. Oh God, am I dead?
But I killed him at the same time.
I think I had Duck Hunt, which was a projection game, which I was able to put on my wall at one point. Like just like put like whatever it was, and it's right there, and I would just play it for hours. And then at some point, I eventually, lost well, I didn't lose it actually. The controller just, the toy gun that the game came with eventually stopped working. So eventually I had to stop playing that because again, that no longer worked, and I didn't really know how to really fix it because again, kid didn't know what I was supposed to do.
Right.
Other than that, after that, it's just over time. Now I know we had an SNES, but I believe it was my uncle's at the time, and this was all the way in Richmond, Virginia, so I was like maybe around 3 or 4 years old. All he really had for it was I think it was the first Mario, first Mario game, Super Mario, and then the other game was, I think, what was it? It was that bike game that you just go over hills with.
Shit. What was that damn game called?
Okay, I just died.
I forgot the name of that damn game.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I just don't remember the name of it.
It was like a retro style too.
Yeah. I don't know if that was for the Super Nintendo, but I know I did see that there.
it's so funny when you look at the games back then. We were playing those on TVs and stuff.
Yep.
Now they look like they would have been handheld games. It's so
Pretty
crazy.
much, yeah, it's so insane. You may want to start so you can get.
Oh shit! I didn't know I died. It's I'm not done yet. That's the trophy, guys. I like the name because they can't read that when it's streaming because it's protection.
Oh yeah.
Name. Okay, I'm gonna try the archer. No, I didn't. I don't think they're both ranged. I'll go ahead and try the wizard.
I'm still on the cleric.
Apparently, I got to level 3 with this wizard before.
And I'm level 4 currently.
But yeah, these games have come a long way the way games look now. You could, and it's crazy because I remember when the PSP, a game like this would be on the PSP now probably.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Because I mean, it's such simple. It's such a simple game, and you can easily just emulate it. And then for them to do that, especially on the PSP, I mean, I'm more sure that it's the technology for the PSP is more than capable to handle this. So without a doubt, yeah, they could just easily put it on there.
Like you look at the Switch now, like when you hold it in handheld mode, like it's so crazy. Like
yeah,
because I have this game on the Switch as well, and just holding it and just playing it like handheld. The Switch is very revolutionary for how they just came up with the idea that just the handheld and it's a hybrid. It's a TV and a handheld. And so, yeah, so now we're talking about the old school gaming, and then you owned those Nintendos. Did you own any Sega, Genesis, or Saturn, or Dreamcast?
So I did actually have a Dreamcast, yes. But the only issue with my Dreamcast at the time is that I didn't really have games for it. So my family got me a Dreamcast, but they did not give me a single game for it. So all I just really had was just the demos that the Dreamcast originally came with. Which I think I only saw 3 at the time. Actually, no, I think one of them was actually free, which was Crazy Taxi.
Crazy Taxi was good.
Crazy Taxi, Sonic Adventure, except I don't know which one exactly. I think it was like one of the brand new Sonic 3Ds that they first came out with.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was Dead or Alive.
Yes.
And being a kid back then, when I first saw Dead or Alive, when I first played it, and of course, you know, I was playing in front of my family, but who happened to be there was my grandmother at the time. And I wasn't aware that,
some certain, for those that do not know, jiggle physics. It's okay.
There's of course the jiggle physics, but that I didn't pay much attention to that. But it was more of the clothing, you know, moving around, and then, you know, the undergarments actually being shown. And my grandmother was like, "Oh, you play this type of games, huh? Don't you?" And I'm like, "No," and I just immediately stopped playing it and just I reset the Dreamcast because I didn't know how to go back to the main menu. Also, we beat him.
Yep. And Black Magic, he talked about DOA on Dreamcast as well. And Soul Calibur was also on there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but I think I only had those 3 available demos, so that's really about it. And just. I haven't played Dead or Alive ever since because of that. Because just like I can't play it. It's like people could think something weird.
And we went through a Dead or Alive phase not that long ago too. Like me, MacGyver, Black Magic. You never hopped in. You played a couple of times with us.
I played a couple of times, yeah.
Now you never told that story though. So now it makes sense why you were like so reluctant in getting into it. But five was really good, as you can see though.
Yeah, but I'll be honest, I think just the mechanics in Dead or Alive just isn't really that good.
It's the competitive players are, because I follow some of the competitive DOA players. Mm-hmm. Some of them also play Virtua Fighter, which is my favorite fighting game franchise. And without Virtua Fighter, there would be no Dead or Alive. The mechanics are very similar. And I got into DOA because of Virtua Fighter characters being in number 5.
We can only cut the slime when they're in the air.
Shit. Gotta wait for it to jump.
Yeah, I'm just smashing right now. This game is literally just smash. Don't worry about doing anything else, just smash.
Right. Oh, can I break it?
No. Actually, maybe you can.
Wolves with freaking bow and crossbows.
Yeah, I think they called them, actually, I think those were...
Oh shit, you get the apple.
I'm not worried about that.
Your health was like... Yeah, we're just mashing, like you said. It's fun, though.
Oh, yeah. So, actually, no, that wolf with a bow, I think originally in this type of fantasy, they're called kobolds. Yeah, kobolds. And I only know that word mainly because of World of Warcraft. but they look completely different from that game to this. Is that a basilisk?
Oh my goodness.
No, it's
Hydra.
Yeah, it's a Hydra.
What you call it? So yeah, going back, so the Sega, and then after that, the Dreamcast was kind of down. PlayStation, I remember PlayStation 1 and the Saturn had a little feud for a little bit. And then
go ahead.
PS2 and killed the Dreamcast, like destroyed it.
Oh yeah.
And then Sega has not put a console out ever since. And it's just, we've had Sega and Sony, and then eventually Xbox jumped in the game.
So funny thing though is like I've only had that Dreamcast for like a month, and after that I really don't know what happened to it after that. Like all I know is I wake up the next day and the Dreamcast is gone, and after that I was like, and the thing is it didn't really bother me because next thing you know, at some point I end up having a Nintendo 64.
Right.
And after that, but honestly, if I truly do think about it, throughout my entire childhood, we were mainly raised with Nintendo games. Until later on, you know, like Xboxes, PlayStations came around. I mean, I did have a PlayStation, but the PlayStation was honestly more of like my father's for some reason. And mainly just because he enjoyed playing just three types of games. He enjoyed playing Madden Sport, EA Madden, Tiger Woods, and then Gran Turismo.
Your dad. And speaking of your dad, like I got to go to your apartment recently.
Yeah, he came to my apartment before. And,
he was there.
He was there, yeah, and then just him watching us play, he says, why don't you guys play Madden? And I'll kick your ass on that. And I was like, okay, Dad.
I used to play Madden for a bit too, on the PS2 a lot. I bought Madden religiously. It was a tradition. And I bought a few on the PS3 as well. Like every Madden release day was a big deal for me back then. I used to go and buy Madden like every year in August when preseason was around. It was like, happy Madden release day, put it on social media for everybody. It was that's how cultured I was into the sports games. And I don't even play them anymore. I retired after Madden 25, the one with Barry Sanders on the cover.
Yeah, I heard about the Madden curse. Like, whenever a player is put on the case of a Madden game, they just end up having like a bad year or so.
Bad year or injury.
And the thing is, though, Tom Brady has been on that, and like nothing has happened.
He did get an injury. Well, and there was another thing. And for a while, it's been broken since. At one point, you were either going to get injured, your stats were going to decline, or you wouldn't win the Super Bowl if you did play in it.
Oh, really?
And at one time, Gronkowski was on the cover. The Patriots won the Super Bowl, and he was fucking injured. So you don't get to play in the Super Bowl and win it.
He didn't get to play the game.
I think Mahomes, he may have broke it possibly, I believe. I don't know if Mahomes is on the cover when the Chiefs won a couple years ago. I'm pretty sure somebody correct. I want to say he was on the cover.
Okay, I guess I just spam and tag if I want to get out.
Because the Buccaneers just won this last one. And Lamar Jackson was on the cover of that one. So I want to say Mahomes broke it.
Wait, there was already another Super Bowl? This year?
Yes, in February. Every February.
Oh.
Mahomes did get injured, though. That's the thing. Something's going to happen. He was the one that actually got to play in the Super Bowl and win it.
Yeah.
Mahomes is a freak of nature, though.
You know, I enjoy watching. Well, not really. I don't really care to watch the Super Bowl. I only tune in for the Super Bowl, mainly for the Super Bowl ads. But as of late, for the past couple of years, the Super Bowl ads have just been really, really bad. Like, seriously.
And they put them all online for you to watch before the damn thing.
Exactly.
It's
so
not
it's just
insane.
a lot of them is just ass.
It was really bad this year.
I don't know what it is, but for some reason the Grammys had better ads than the freaking Super Bowl. Like, how?
And in the parties, socializing with certain people, and that's what makes the experience like fun. Oh shit! Going back to the games though, so we went through all these. So in high school, what were you probably doing there? What was the hot console when you were in high school?
So the hot console, supposedly, if I did go to high school, I think the hot console back then was at least. I want to say definitely the 360 before
PS3 and 360 were the current gens at the time.
So let's see. Actually, with me being, let's see, high school would be ages like what, 16 to 18.
Yeah, like 14 to 18.
14 to 18. Yeah, I want to say 360. Well, 360s to the Xbox One, early Xbox One era. So those were probably popular in the time during that time.
PS3,
yeah,
360, and then the Wii.
Then the Wii, yeah. But till then, like I want to say maybe like until like maybe I got to like let's see, when did the Xbox One come out?
Xbox One and PS4. I know somebody's gonna come out there and fact check this later. That was probably like 2014, 2015. PS4 and Xbox One.
Then that would have been the pretty much popular console by then, because I think I would have been like maybe I think I was like.
But the PS3 and 360, people played those for a while, though. They played them as long as you could.
The 360, it was probably like the console I played the longest. Actually, no, yeah, definitely the console I played the longest, most of my time. Because after we just stopped playing, after we stopped with the Nintendo stuff, because the thing is, I still would have played Nintendo if I just didn't get conned from my cousin. Who conned me into selling my GameCube.
Oh man.
I lost my Nintendo 64 to storage because my father just didn't pay the storage anymore, so I lost a very valuable item that I've had with me for ages. And yeah, so honestly, I wish I still had my Nintendo 64, because I mean, I would still play it to this day.
What games did you have on the 64? Oh, and my bad, before asking this. So, we gotta say this because we're all-nighters, aka we're heavily involved with Smash Brothers. Was Smash 64 your first one that you played?
For Nintendo 64?
Is that the first Smash game you got involved with?
So, yes, this Smash 64 was definitely the first Smash game I ever touched. So, in my 64 days, the games I had originally back then was, I think my first game was Glover.
That was a great game.
It was a great game. I did not know how to play it, so I could not get really past. I couldn't even pass the first level because how much of a dumb kid I was. But after playing the game again, when I got the game from my cousin, I actually managed to make it to like the third level. But other than that, I just kind of stopped. After that, after owning Glover for the first time, then the second game I had was Iggy's Wrecking Ball, actually. Now, Iggy's Wrecking Ball is actually honestly underrated. It's a really great game. It's a platform racer game, and it's so much fun. And I've been debating whether just to get a 64 again, just to buy that game and replay it again, because how much fun I've had with it.
64 won't cost you too much either.
Yeah. Well, actually, it depends, because I've seen for some reason prices have gone up a little bit on the 64, but yeah, it's something I definitely do want to try to get again at least some point in my life, so I can just use some of those old retro games again. After that, it moved on to Pokemon Stadium, and then Smash 64. After Smash 64, Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Yeah, classic.
Diddy Kong Racing, Mario Kart, etc. So I mean, I had a small abundance of Nintendo 64 games, but that's really about it. I only had a small abundance.
The console itself won't cost you a lot of money. The games, certain ones will.
Yeah.
I've noticed that no matter what console it is, they won't cost you an arm and a leg. But the games are where it's at.
Yeah. My sister has a GameCube because remember that retro game store I told you that's supposed to be in First Colony Mall?
Back in the day?
Back in the day. She and her husband actually went there and bought a GameCube, and she only bought it because she wanted to play Sims Bustin' Out again. And she told me, yeah, she don't really touch it, and she says she's willing to give me that GameCube. So I was just like, okay, awesome, because my cousin who fucking conned me and had me sell my GameCube before, I can now actually just, own one again. And actually, if I do end up going to get it from her, I probably will end up buying Melee again. But I just now realized that actually gives me an original GameCube remote again. So I actually started using that in Smash. Oh my god.
In Melee, recently the prices on that have just skyrocketed. It's like you're gonna pay like $100 or like $70. I saw some on eBay you could probably get for less.
Yeah.
Because I was just actually looking at, because I have a copy of Melee and the save file for it. Everything unlocked. Fun fact: Melee copy I have is the last item I ever bought at Circus City before they closed for good. Like when people hear that, they're like, "What? Circus City?"
Oh, that's a boss. I didn't realize. I thought that was just normal trash.
Electricity shock his ass at Spider. And so, did you play Brawl on the Wii as well?
Yes, I did. I did play most of the Smash games. The only one I just did not actually play, or at least missed the entirety of, was Smash 4. And that's only just due to the fact because, again, that's when I was just like in my young adult age that I currently am still now. It's like, again, it's like fresh 18-year-old kid. Wii U had been out for like maybe, I don't know how long by then. But again, it's just like no job, no nothing, so I didn't really have like, you know, my own source of income to like just go buy my own stuff.
I'm gonna regret doing this, but I'm gonna go ahead and play. Oh, everybody leveled up though. I'm gonna play as the.
Oh yeah, for some reason everyone seems to be leveling up. Well, either way, you're playing both ranged classes, so you just need to sit in the back.
It helps you too.
Yeah.
It's a good yeah, but yeah, Smash 4. I had a roommate that owned the game. I didn't play a lot of it. We played it, and we would get like Mad Chatter Gecko over and another buddy of ours. So it'd be like 6 of us total. Actually, we would do teams. We would do doubles, and those were fun nights. We had these little wrestling belts, and we would actually get the whoever would win those doubles would fucking get the tag team belts and keep them, take them home with you for a bit. We played more doubles in that game than we did freaking singles, actually.
That's understandable because, I mean, if you have 4 friends and you're only playing singles and you're rotating it out, it kind of gets boring. I wouldn't say boring, but it gets boring for the others, and it's not really
fun. I'm glad I went Archer on this fucking level.
Oh my god. They just showed up out of nowhere, they just disappeared. Okay, there they are.
They're pretty strong, too. Yeah, so were you always so this man's a Ganondorf. Have you always been a Ganondorf main? Like in every game I know he wasn't in the OG, he's been in every game since.
Yeah. So, I never really was a Ganondorf main, and to be honest, I don't think I really had a main in any of the Smash games. I mean, I just played any character that I liked and, you know, characters that I thought were fun. So Smash 64, I don't think I didn't really have a main back then, and I just only played it because it was fun. If anything, if I do think about it, I think the character I did play the most in Smash 64 was just because, again, he looked adorable, was Kirby. And then later finding out Kirby's actually pretty fucking OP in Smash 64.
Kirby's a fucking awesome.
But after that, when Melee rolled around, I didn't really have a main as well in Melee, because again, it was just my brother and I who would just consistently play it. But let's see, the characters I probably played the most in Melee was Mario and Fox. But at that time, again, it's just like no idea about the competitive scene. It was just my brother and I played it like how Sakurai wanted it, a party game for family and friends.
That's how I used to play for the longest with my friends.
Yeah. And then when Brawl came around, I mean, again,
Brawl to me is the most fun free-for-alls.
Yeah, so for Brawl for me, I was a Meta Knight main. So yeah, I'm a piece of shit. I was a Meta Knight main. And back then, and again, still not competitive. Again, I played that game only for fun, and it was great. I had a great time. And I'll be honest, I have like 2 Wiis sitting in my apartment, and the thing is, I don't know whether they work or not. So I just need to go to a retro shop soon. I'll probably actually go to the one that's like, where is it on Westheimer? That game.
There's a Game Over Games is off like near Kirby and Buffalo Speedway.
Yeah, so I mean, I just need to go to that and actually just take them and see if they have anything for me to test the systems and see if it works or not.
Do you have all the cables and everything for them?
I don't actually,
because they sell cables for all that stuff.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, if your Wii works, you don't need to go buy a GameCube then, because
I don't have to buy the GameCube, but I think that to me is, I think it's just having it to own as a collection. So, I mean, at some point in my life, it's just like, I do want to end up doing that at some point, you know, just having a shelf with just like, oh, there's all my consoles and video games on there, one with my figurines, etc.
But fucking dwarf.
Yeah. After that, for Smash 64, again, it's just like I missed out on the entirety of it. So the only time I actually did play Smash 64 was at 2018 Onicon. Because again, that was my second time going to a convention, because Anime Matsuri being the first one, and then Onicon being the second. After going there, just checking it out, and saw that they also had an arcade room, they also had Smash 64 playing. So I was like, oh, cool, Smash 64. I always wanted to play it. So after just going there, playing it, and later find out they had a tournament, I was like, you know what? Tournament, let me enter it, let me just do it, have fun with it, which I did. I had fun, I got my ass beaten by Yoshi, who's just destroying my ass, and I ended up SDing twice on my stocks. So, but I was like, I wasn't mad about it, because again, it's like, I'm sorry, I'm very out of touch with this game, so I have no idea what I'm doing anymore. And a lot of people were understanding, and the best part is, that was the first time I met Shaggy as well. And when I got to play, you know, just some free-for-all matchups with Shaggy and just a bunch of other guys that were there, oh my god, it was the greatest time of my life.
Shaggy, the best Mewtwo in all of Houston and Ultimate.
So, and the thing was, he wasn't even playing, because I'm more sure Mewtwo was in Smash 4, I think he was considered as DLC.
Yes, he came very late.
Very late, yeah, so, but I don't think he wasn't playing Mewtwo. If anything, he was playing whatever character, you know, that we randomly picked. We were all playing random characters. And you know what? It was fun, I had a great time. Shaggy, I definitely want to play some games with you again. And not just as a 1v1 situation, no, just for fun, bro.
And you mentioned the anime Matsuri, so we went there in July. That was a pretty fun experience.
Yeah,
you, Black Magic, MacGyver.
That was very fun. Oh, I died.
You were dressed up as Lao from One Piece.
Yep.
And I was Todoroki.
I really did want to go Deku just so we could at least, you know, be like two-part My Hero group.
Yeah.
But sadly, I was missing pieces for my costume for the Deku costume.
And I
so
think
it's
Black
just...
Magic was supposed to go as Bakugo. That would have been perfect.
That would have been awesome, yeah. Wait, hold us up. Why does that knight look familiar? He looks like from Knights and Ghouls, I think.
Arthur, yeah, he does look like him.
Arthur, is that what that... Yeah, that's what it's called,
Goblin.
Arthur. Yeah.
Ooh, excuse me, because Smash Brothers made you buy that character to get a spirit.
Yeah.
So I've tried all of those characters. I'm gonna go back to the wizard after. I like range attacks though. That dwarf is way too tiny to go in there. Basically, if you had a group of friends, see, they only let you play 3 though.
We're balling in gear right now. We're just, oh look.
Oh
at
shit,
this.
he's shooting fire out of his staff now. Yeah, we've been killing it. Like doing this by yourself would be actually quite challenging.
Oh yeah, and especially trying to do like no hit challenges. Like I don't know, that's
yes, too many. That's the thing about beat 'em ups is they're better with friends. And I think we have like infinite lives. It's just
we have
letting
infinite lives. Like if we die, it's fine. We just go back in.
Arcades, this would have ate up our quarters. We would have like just been.
Yeah, we would not be this far.
We would have quit and gone home because our parents probably wouldn't have gave us. All right, you've used enough quarters.
Time to go home now.
Because they had those machines where you could put your dollar bills in there and get quarters out of them.
Yeah.
Apparently, no, you've already used like $20. Like looking back at that, how insane. Especially fighting games. Fighting games would really beat 'em ups and fighting games would take your fucking money at arcades.
Yeah.
Beat 'em ups were fun because you had for people to just random people will see you playing and they'll come and join you, and they hop in and you're like, all right, we're gonna do it. Like,
I'll tell you what games I really enjoyed playing at arcades was the shooters like House for Dead. Oh my god, that game's a blast.
The House of the Dead.
House of the Dead, the Jurassic Park game, and I think there was another one called Time Splitter.
That was a great.
Or was it called? Was it called Time Crisis? No, Time Crisis was the PS3 one. Yeah, it was called Time Splitter, I think. Or Time. I honestly don't know. I have to maybe look that up again.
It was one of them. Time Crisis or Time Splitter. Those were really fun.
Yeah.
I played Virtual Cop in there as well. The shootings.
I think there was also one I played before. It was especially it's at that Rosenberg Gaming Lounge, and it's called Bulletstorm. And it's actually pretty fun. It's pretty nuts. I definitely would 10 out of 10 play that again.
No wonder. Are we supposed to get the right one? Is it a damn...
I'm just spamming mashing.
Me too.
We're
the health is going down,
It's
though.
going down, so we're getting it. Take this and this and this and this and this and this. Kiss my buns.
We hit the right one that time.
Oh god. Now this is where all our quarters would get eaten up.
Cause that thing would just kill everybody. And they give us a new power up every time.
Yeah, new weapon pretty much at the end of each level.
Then they ask you, at least it gives you the courtesy of where you want to change or anything.
Oh shit, it's not. I've already, since I've spammed X, I cannot change.
Now is it ice?
No, it looks like wind. Or maybe it's blue flame.
Maybe.
I don't know, like with graphics like these, it's like hard to tell what kind of like element it could be.
And the enemy's not like freezing or catching on fire or anything, or being blown away.
But honestly, just by looking at it, I mean, it probably is like, yeah, it probably is flames. Oh, stupid knights.
So what made you go towards Ganondorf?
So what made me go towards Ganondorf is after just finding out about Smash Ultimate coming out. That's when I decided, you know what, I'm gonna buy a Switch and then buy Smash Ultimate and actually try to play in the competitive scenes. But at that time, I just had to think, all right, so what character am I actually gonna make? So during that time before Smash Ultimate had even come out, I was just playing Melee on my computer. Well, I mean, on my GameCube, playing Melee on my GameCube, and then just going through my characters, and then just seeing, it's like, all right, who am I actually having fun with, or who am I feeling comfortable with? And just playing each character, especially with Melee. Melee was different at the time for me right now. Well, yeah, it was a different time for me at then, just because like everything just felt odd. Well, I wouldn't say odd, but like, I guess more technical, because again, Melee is a very intensive game if you try to get into the competitive scene with it. But then it's just like, you know what, I just want to learn how to relearn the game a little bit, so again, I just chose Ganondorf as that. Yeah, I chose Ganondorf because again, he's like supposedly the easiest character to play.
Man, he was OP in Melee. He was fast and strong.
No, he was slow in Melee, but it's just... that's the thing, he was strong. In defending, he was at least viable in Melee because, I mean, he had, like, again, similar moves to Captain Falcon. So that's what honestly would just made him good, because he was just better for that reason. Just because, you know, again, stronger in general.
And while we're just casually fighting a fucking dragon in armor.
Yeah.
That's some shit you just don't, like, see every day. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name. I think they called them, because again, the dragon, I think it's like Wormguard. No, it's not Wormguard, it's,
Naga?
No, not a Naga.
Great Dragon...
Dragonian? I think that's what that said, Dragonian?
Oh, shit.
Aha! You saved me, but the northern castle has fallen to monsters.
Of course they have.
Okay, now the whole Ganon thing. So I only chose Ganon because, again, since I wanted to try to get back into, the competitive scene, I chose Ganon and Melee to understand, okay, like basic movements, all this other stuff, some little bit tech stuff. But again, that's Melee, so none of that really applies to Ultimate somewhat, but maybe just like the fundamentals. But after just playing Ganon for so long and trying to, trying to learn the basics of the game, I actually felt comfortable with him. He was fun. And then playing him for so long, and then actually seeing Ganon with his old, well, just like how he used to look somewhat in Melee, brought into Ultimate, I was just like, alright, you know what, I think I know who I'm going to truly main, in which I chose Ganon. And after that, I've just been playing him ever since. The tournament runs weren't good, but again, it's just like over time, I slowly started getting better. And then at this point, it's just, again, there's always still room for improvement. I'm trying to do the best I can to...
I remember pre-COVID, we met you like late 2019, early 2020.
I met you guys. I met you guys at Senpai's. We barely knew each other by then, but again,
we met in bracket. That's how
we
I
met in
first
bracket.
met you.
Yeah, and our first match, honestly, was really close.
Yes.
So, and at that time, I was just thinking to myself, like, okay, I'm playing Ganon, and it's like, what am I trying to do with Ganon? Am I just trying to make a small name for myself as the Ganon guy in Houston, or do I actually just want to take this further? So the thought process was just going through my head, and then I officially came to the decision, like, no, I actually do want to try to I actually do want to try to do something with Ganon here. Even though Ganon's not really going to make it far, I just want to get to a point, this is like, I want to make Ganon respectable, in a way. Like, I want to show people that, you know, even though he's a low tier, guess what? Here's what I could do with this low tier, and this is how far I could take him. Even though I can't, there's probably no way of like winning like a super major with him, but guess what? Here I am bringing him this far into something with it. So I just want to show it's just like, hey, even though it's a low tier, here's what you can do with them, and just at least still try to enjoy the game a little bit. So at least my goals as of at this moment is just like, I set minor goals. Right now, I want to start trying to make top 8s. And then eventually maybe even win a local at some point. And then probably further on, then just like try to go further from that. Like try to make a little more higher ranking in Houston, get some better placing at these majors. And then just...
Let's backtrack a bit though. So pre-pandemic, met you at Senpai.
Yeah.
And then saw you again at a respawn out when they were still at Gerard's Gaming. Mm-hmm. And
then we met again at
in Excel that night, that funny night. Mm-hmm. So we were AK just a crew back then.
Oh yeah.
And I was already out of the tournament when I went to. I played Division 2, then played 1 or whatever. I just went outside to get venting. Because it was, when there's a lot of people at Galaxy Gaming, it would just be so freaking like hot in there. It got extremely hot in there, and I would needed some air. I would always have to go outside when I would be done with the bracket there. And then I went outside, was cooling off because I had played a damn Joker, and like that was like the third Joker I had faced that week, so I was just out with Nat Chard, and he was calming me down. And then lo and behold, you come run up on us like when you're getting ready to leave or whatever. I think you were out of the tournament as well.
Yeah, I got knocked out.
This man right here comes up to us like we were just a crew, just gradually just chilling. People were taking notice of our crew, and this man just boldly comes up to us. Hey, can I join you guys? Like,
yeah. And the best part is, I was somewhat joking about that because it's just like, nah, they're not gonna invite me. Like, just some low beginning, they're not gonna do that. And it's just like,
I'll tell the story on that. So, so we were just like very recently up at that point. We were like, we were already realizing
how boss.
Yeah. Oh, what the hell? We were like 20 deep at this point. Like we were like 20 deep. We were like, whoa, this is like crazy. Like how deep we are now. Like we were like, all right, we're not adding anybody else. The whole fucking city's gonna be on the team now. But then we were like, hold up, just wait on our decision, and like, and we sent you away for a second, and me and Matt Chatter were just sitting there, and we're like, hey, let's just thumbs up or thumbs down. What do you think, man? Should we let Gypsypsycho join? He's cool, whatever. Like, we're like, do all right. On the count of 3, we just do a thumbs up, thumbs down, like to each other. Me and him both. We just look at each other. 3, 2, 1, and we both just give a thumbs up.
And the best part is I stuck my head down and I closed my eyes, and the moment I heard him like say this, like I don't remember exactly what he said. And after that, I raised my head and I looked. The moment I saw both thumbs up, I was like, oh my god, I'm actually in. What? I'm actually in. Let's go.
And mind you, this is just a crew. We weren't even like an organization yet.
Yeah, so it was just a small crew, and you know what? I'm thankful for it. I'm glad I met you guys, and I'm glad I get to hang out with all you, just having fun playing games, just chilling, vibing.
Because
I got hit by fire instantly.
So I feel bad for some of the ones that may have came later. Like there was elements of our crew we had to like do stuff to like make it better.
Yeah.
Like politically correct better. But like overall, we always tried to do the family fun vibes with the crew. But once we evolved, we've kind of gotten away from that. We want to do some more party nights, game nights, like atmospheres. There's like a core of us that is definitely always down to do that though.
Yeah.
And so you were one of the last ones from the crew days to join us. If not, I think like maybe one other person came after you, but you were like probably second to last, probably like joined. Then the pandemic happens.
Yeah.
And during the pandemic,
let's try Fighter.
I'll try him now. So I've been playing everybody. He's level 13. Jesus.
Yeah, I've been leveling the hell out of him.
And so, and then when stuff opened back up, we became an org.
Yeah.
And we started hosting. We were always hosting tournaments before. We were still just a crew hosting tournaments. So now we're an org hosting tournaments.
Yep.
You've come to pretty much every tournament we've hosted. Been improving. You went to LCC, Low Tide City, your first major.
Yep.
That was a unique experience. So recently, I saw some stats on that damn Olimar you played.
Yeah,
that Olimar is fucking crazy.
That, from what I was told, is he's well. Here's the thing. So Army Olimar is actually a aggressive Olimar. So it's just I took note of that. I was like, okay. And at this time, this was at the time when I was still having that character crisis. It's like I was kind of getting at the point. Like I'm starting to get kind of tired again, and it's just like I wanted to start making better results. But now it's just like I'm kind of just going back to the roots a little bit. But after playing Army Olimar and just getting some advice from him, I want to say it definitely helps. It's just like if you want to improve as a player, just ask questions, ask for a little bit of advice, and and it's just, again, they're willing to help out, and I don't think that's really gonna be a thing with top players, especially if you don't ask them that, because again, it's just like, why would they want to give away info like that, especially if you're still by chance in bracket and you're just getting knocked down to losers. Mm-hmm. But again, it's just overall experience. That's just what I want to say. Maybe in the beginning of the bracket, I guess that's fine. And then just get as many friendlies in as possible with a bunch of people, so you can just like learn more matchups. Oh god, I'm trapped in ice!
Is it this asshole here that was shooting ice?
Yeah, it's the dragon. I mean wyvern. It's the wyvern.
He just went off screen, man, and he...
Yeah, I'm somehow jumping and still hitting him.
But yeah, so you got to go to CypherCon and had a hellacious run.
Oh yeah, so I honestly really did not expect to do that crazy run at CypherCon. That legit blew my mind.
Cause you had a tough first round opponent that
oh yeah,
that Poke Trainer, and like I remember I hadn't played PT since like freaking Brawl. I used to play PT a lot in Brawl. Poke Trainer, for those that don't know, Pokemon Trainer, and they have Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Charizard all in. Like you get switched between them all.
Yeah,
and I was trying my best to like help duplicate. I'm not competitive with those characters, but you were doing some good shit, and then you took a game off of that Poke Trainer.
I did take a game, but the only problem is there were some moments I just got too aggressive in. I mean, they were the right call, but I shouldn't have done them. I should have just stood my ground and actually hold advantage. Because honestly, the attempts I went for just got me killed most of the time. But if I had knocked him out, honestly, I think I probably would have made it out of pools. Because that would have meant I wouldn't have ended up facing Belta. Because
if you would have beat that Poke Trainer, you would have. I don't know who they played after that, but they Velta played them in the winter side. So you would have played, if you would have made it all the way, you would have ran into Velta. Velta would have advanced.
Yeah, I would have ran.
Then you would have dropped down. You would have probably had to play the PT again.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: if Velta wouldn't have lost to him,
you
would have played the PT again.
I still would have played him,
back.
and I think I would have actually got the run back and beat him.
I feel like you could have beaten him that time, second time.
But after getting that first matchup, and then I don't know what it was at CypherCon. My mindset at CypherCon was just like really up there. It's like I was just in
electricity.
I was just very, very, very focused back then, and I honestly, I actually have been trying to replicate that at our locals, so like at least
You've made some top 8s now in some of these.
Yeah, I made a couple of top 8s. I made one at Leroy's. I made one at ours.
Yeah, when you did that, we were really excited for you.
Oh yeah, even I was. When I found out I made top 8, I was like, oh, awesome! I actually jumped and got excited for that.
Cause Smash Realm, like we've only had like 10 of them now. One of them. Pretty much for the most part, they're between 16 and 30 players. The very first one we had 45.
Yep.
but we've been consistently like in the 20s and 30s for those, and it's always quantity over quality. Even the low end of our tournaments, they've always been stacked. They've always been hard. And so when you made a top 8 in 1 hour, we were so excited for you.
Oh yeah, believe me, I was pretty excited too. Oh yeah, we got it. Defeated the Cyclops.
There's a lot of levels in this damn game. If this was arcade, nobody in the hell would beat this game like it.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus, that's quality though, because we're steamrolling and they actually make you have a lot of levels. How many stages are in this game?
Well, so far we're on stage 16.
Let's
which
go
is
all the way
insane.
down. Yeah, here for real. The Cybercon, the road trip out there was really fun.
Yeah, definitely would love to do it again.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Can't wait to go to the next Cybercon Smash event.
Hopefully, yeah, because they have another one in the spring. That was the Cybercon Mini.
Yeah.
Lake Charles is a good change of pace. Maybe next time we can like.
Something tells me we're gonna fight a dragon in this one.
This might be it's probably the big honcho here, the dragon.
You're mere humans.
So yeah, so you've been improving. Continue that grind. We don't ask nothing. We don't have nothing unrealistic from our players. We know their capabilities. They just all we ask is communication. This is the org side coming out now. The org leader side. Like we just basically. Oh shit. I always forget when I'm like there we go. So, just communicate, tell us your goals, what you're trying to do, just compete. Like, and if you're not able to compete, just communicate with it, what's going on. Like, we understand life, we understand shit happens. We're not expecting y'all to be robots. Y'all aren't humans, y'all aren't robots. We got an event tomorrow night.
Alright, I guess you just gotta sit back, I'll stay in the front, and just go like, again, up and down, just to avoid his fires. Oh, you stupid dragon.
My lightning only reaches so far.
Oh god.
I actually kind of had to get in. Oh shit, stay back from that fire. Watch the shadow. Damn it. There we go, the lightning bolts.
Lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt. Oh, I'm dead.
So okay, we got to talk about anime at least. So we went because you like Deku, you know you like Goku as well.
I'm pretty much a
shonen here, the main character.
Yeah, I'm a shonen guy, somewhat, but I'm also an easy romantic anime person. My types of genre, at least, you know. Definitely, it is action, but sometimes I do kind of get bored of it. So I definitely I just swap to some simple slice of life or romance animes, and just try to find some decent good ones out there. I mean, I enjoy kind of watching some long period types of anime because I don't like watching really short ones. Like let's say something short, just 10 episodes only.
Sometimes those are good change of the paces. I've done those before. I've watched 12 episodes. Guy ReZero is a really good 12 episode anime. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
ReZero?
Guy ReZero. Not to be confused with ReZero.
Guy ReZero, then probably not.
I watched it in one day. So this time, I had a very relaxed schedule where I was off on weekdays, and I just binge watched the whole show in 4 hours one time, or whatever. Because without commercials, animes are 20 minutes. If you skip the intros and outros.
Yeah.
And so you could watch 3 in an hour. Yeah, 3 times 4 is 12. So yeah, 4 hours. That was insane doing it. Woke up at 8 a.m. and finished the fucking anime at 12 at lunchtime. Isn't that crazy doing that shit, thinking about that now?
Yeah.
I can't do that now. I don't have the time to do that.
Alright, we almost got this dragon beat.
Because I'm only off weekends now. And on Saturdays and Sundays, I like to sleep in. I don't want to just have 4 hours of just going watching anime now, 8 to 12.
Yeah, I only get my Saturdays and Sundays off now. But I did schedule myself some vacation. Yeah, I scheduled myself some vacation days. Well, the remaining vacation hours that I have for this month. So I'm gonna have maybe just an extra day off every other week now.
Oh, what is it? Got him, bitch. Oh yeah, just enjoy that life. So it's crazy. So you have the Switch now, and yeah, Killer Instinct. We didn't talk about that one. So that's one of your favorite fighting games as well.
Oh yeah, that is definitely really one of my favorites because Smash Ultimate was not the first competitive game I wanted to get into. It was originally. Oh, we actually
was it Gildas?
Gildas is a gunner.
That's
awesome. We actually beat it. So Killer Instinct was one of the games I actually did try to get real serious into. I went by, at least Xbox wise, as X Gypsypsycho X because apparently someone just took Gypsypsycho for some reason, but whatever. So I went by that, and I was a Jago main in that game, a Jago and Shadow Jago. At that time, I was also trying to learn a third character. I was depending on whether to learn Fulgor or I was about to say Skeletor, but that's not his name. Shoot, it was the skeleton guy, but now I can't remember his name. Holy hell. Anywho, it's just basically it was a robot and a skeleton pirate. And the only reason why I wanted to learn one of those two characters is because they do have good mix-ups, especially with the skull one. Just mainly because he's got a projectile that can actually hit you overhead from coming from above the screen, because he could just shoot it right up in the air, and then you could literally just teleport around your opponent and just use it as a bait option. That coming up, so that forces him to block, and then you just like appear right behind them by doing I think it's a quarter circle back input, depending if you're on the left or right screen, left or right side of the screen. Doing that would teleport the character behind your opponent. If you did, I think it was a heavy input. Teleport behind the opponent, and then you could just grab them. So you just do a grab, and then just again, small damage build up.
Oh shit!
I tried to spell a name, but it didn't let me.
You got first place too. On your score. Damn, that's gonna be
But yeah, Killer Instinct I played for
King of Dragons. That was the name of the game.
I think I played Killer Instinct for like 2 years. Sadly, I didn't really make it that far in. So the only time I was really able to play like somewhat tournament-wise for Killer Instinct was only online tournaments. I would play in Wednesday Night Throwdown. And at that time, I wasn't really doing that well, but it also was just like that didn't really stop me because again, with Killer Instinct, their ranking system, they have multiple rankings, and once you got to the killer bracket, they have this, I think it's the top 100 list or top 50 list, and yeah, basically if you manage to be the top player in that list, I think he was guaranteed a tournament spot in the Killer Instinct Cup that would host each year. And at some point, I do remember I did climb up on that list. I just don't remember where I was. I think I was somewhere in the top 100 before, but I don't exactly remember. But I mean, there were still quite a few players that I actually did get to know who were actually really top, except I just didn't really talk to them much. But I know there's one of them I still remember. His name's Water Horse. Shout out to you, Water Horse. Your Glacius is really good, really awesome, and yeah, kudos to you, bro. I'm glad that you're still playing KI to the heart and actually making it up there. Yeah, so I mean, I actually did run into like quite a few top players in Killer Instinct during that time while just playing. And again, that was mainly just online and playing, through random online bracket.
And KI is in Mortal Kombat are like pretty much like the only American FGC games like out there.
Killer Instinct, Mortal Kombat being really the only American FGC, and honestly, I'm actually trying to go back into Killer Instinct a little bit. I re-downloaded.
Oh, and Injustice, of course.
Yeah, and Injustice. I re-downloaded KI onto my computer. I actually tried to use the keyboard settings they have. It's kind of wonky, but I'm probably gonna end up buying a fight stick, or just end up I'm probably gonna end up buying a fight stick to actually play it like that.
A lot of people have been selling those KI and fight stick I've been noticing lately, and the one thing I feel like that's holding Killer Instinct back is being an Xbox exclusive. I feel like the FGC, you have to embrace Sony at this point, because Sony, and they recently bought Evo, and they own and they're always pumping out a lot of their own fighting game tournaments, and this weekend we're on the eve of CEO this weekend right now.
Yeah, actually, CEO should be actually happening soon. I think
tomorrow. We're on the eve. That was the eve.
Right, yeah, it's tomorrow.
Oh, so and it's major. There's a lot of people from the Houston area, like, because we've gotten them. So we are in Smash primarily, and we've also dwelled into the FTC as well. We've hosted several Street Fighter tournaments, Guilty Gear, and a Tekken tournament. And there's several Houston people that I know that have made the trip from. A couple from Smash. Shout out to Waltz. Good luck out there this weekend.
You can do it, Waltz.
That Mega Man. And then from the Valley, Shattuck's going out there.
Oh yeah.
That corn is crazy.
Yeah, Shattuck's got an amazing.
And Daddick, shout out to you, bro. you taking care of that kid, traveling everywhere with him.
Hey, helping his kid live the dream, man. I kind of wish my dad was like that.
There's no way in the hell my folks would have did that kind of stuff.
Yep, my folks never did it for me.
If I didn't have the grades, I wouldn't even allow that. They would take the video games away from me.
My mom was considering doing that for me, but my dad was against it. He was like, no, he doesn't need to be doing any of that. That's stupid. Family.
Mm-hmm.
But no,
and Mad Gear, shout out to you going out there for Street Fighter. Mad Gear's gonna be out there. Several other Street Fighter players from Houston are going out there.
Nice. But no, FGC wise, yeah, with KI, it definitely needs to open up its
I think Microsoft. So Microsoft like owns their company or something like that.
Yeah, so Microsoft sadly does own the developers of who made KI and all, Iron Galaxy. Because again, Microsoft bought out Rare, then Rare supposedly, when KI got re-announced again, new studio who's under it, who was still again under Microsoft, Iron Galaxy. When they first brought out KI Season 1, it was probably at its best. Just due to the fact because out of all the characters, I believe were like the insane on there, and I'm trying to remember, there was one player who was actually really, really good. His name was Grims, actually. Mm-hmm. Grims was a well-known Jago player, just due to the fact because in Season 1 of Killer Instinct, before the nerfs and everything, the mechanic with Killer Instinct is the combo system that they had. So whenever you would do, they would have this thing called openers. So you would just do an input, it would count as an opener, and then you just have these two options. You could do an auto double, being your move attacks. You could do a light auto double. Yeah, you would do a light auto double, a medium auto double, and then a heavy auto double. The doubles again just being 2 hits. And with KI's unique combo system is like if you can figure out what the hit is, if you do the input right, if it's a light and you guess it, then you combo break it. It's just like again that's what KI's most known for, is like combo breaker.
Yeah, the iconic. I used to play that game in the arcade, the OG one.
Oh yeah, my uncle had it for the Super Nintendo. I think it was Killer Instinct. I think it was just called Killer Instinct 2, or just Killer Instinct in general. And then at some point he did also get Killer Instinct Gold, which was for the Nintendo 64. Gold. Yeah, for the Nintendo 64 at the time. And whenever I played my uncle on that, oh my god, he chose Saberwolf, I chose Glacius, I didn't know his name at the time, I just called him Ice Guy. And he would just constantly beat my ass on there, and every time I lost, I got upset, and then my mom shows up out of nowhere, is like, I got you, son, grabs the remote, tries to beat my uncle just beats her in the game, like, no problem. I was like, oh my god.
Oh my goodness. I remember, funny enough, the one KI arcade that I can recall where, I don't remember where the other ones were located that I played on. The one that I remember playing on the most was in the damn ice rink. It was in the ice rink over there in First Colony.
The arcade, the original arcade stuff I remember, the last time I saw Killer Instinct, it was both 1 and 2, was at a go-kart place with a bunch of stuff in there, pool, bar, games, etc. Somewhere, you take your kids to for their birthdays or whatever. Now, that was the last time I actually saw a arcade Killer Instinct. And they pretty much had all the FGC games there. They had Street Fighter, they had King of Fighters, Killer Instinct, I know they had a couple of others, but I cannot remember. Oh wait, no, they had. I think they had that KI and Street Fighter crossover. And I think there was the Capcom one. I can't exactly. The Capcom. I don't know. It's. I can't remember. I know it was Capcom. It's the one. It's the Marvel versus.
You said it was a Marvel vs. Capcom game?
I think that's what it was. Marvel versus Capcom.
You had Marvel, and then you had a Capcom versus SNK. There's been so many of these damn crossover games, like
yeah. And honestly, those crossover games they're really good. They're awesome.
MVC2 being like the goated one, and there have been rumors that they're trying to like get it out of. It's in limbo right now. Anybody who a new person that wants to experience that game and they buy a console, they're not able to buy that game anywhere legally. And lo and behold, some many years ago when I had a PS3, when it was like when you could actually buy Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on there, I bought that. Thank God. That was probably the smartest thing I've done looking back now. Because here's the thing: if you buy something under your account, it doesn't matter if the game is delisted; it's yours. Same thing with DLC; it's delisted, it's yours. And I ended up selling my PS3. Rewind. The first PS3 I had the red light of death. Then I got a second one, and then I had to sell it. I just recently got another PS3, and I went on there and looked under my purchase history. MVC2 was on there, and I re-downloaded it. So I'm like, shit. There's so many jealous people that can't even do that. There you go. There's your guy.
There's the cleric. Man, the cleric was definitely my favorite. Even though I didn't know what his name was back then, because again, I was a kid, I didn't know how to read. Just dumb 3-4-year-old, however old I was when I was playing this game with my uncle. Just that guy alone was like just the coolest character for me.
That looks pretty cool. That shield.
Yeah, his shield. But if you look at it, just go back and look at his shield. It's like that skull is like within the shield. It's like it's giving off that like effect as if it's like inside the shield, and it's just like where
the horn is sticking out.
Yeah. So I mean, I get the concept. It's supposed to be the thing that's just attached to it, but for some reason you see it's like as if it's a void shield that just holds something in there or whatever. Man, this is such good art. I like this style right here.
Really good art.
Honestly, I just like how it just looks more 3D than it's supposed to, as if they're trying to remake the game into a 3D version.
That's that cloaked wizard we were fighting.
Yeah. There's the Dragonian.
That's crazy as hell.
That is called a Hydra. That is a dragon. There's the slimes again. I still don't know how I got a high score. I was just hitting stuff.
We were just both just like, let's just go. That's what I love about beat 'em ups. You just play. You're able to not have to think too hard while we're also having a conversation like this. Other games require so much concentration. You can't just have a conversation like this.
Yeah, I think I can still keep the conversation going.
Trying to get the interview, the important stuff for everybody out there. Like, finally redid this after so many months.
That right there, that on the left, that's definitely called a that other dragon. That's called a wyvern.
The reason I'm struggling with the controller right now is inversed right now.
Oh, really?
It's actually inversed.
What the?
Like, so it's just like when I'm going down, it's going up, and when I'm going up, it's going down, and left and right.
Why is it?
Is inverse.
Why does it have to be inverse if you're only viewing art? God, that makes no sense.
I don't know. Probably because it's old.
Minotaur. That looks like Ridley.
Yes, it does.
That's a harpy. There's the kobold again.
Have you seen real life harpy eagles? What they look like? Like in pictures, those things are huge.
I believe I did. Yes.
It's actually kind of scary, actually, knowing that shit like that is around on this earth. Don't look up Google a harpy eagle if you want to look at that kind of stuff. Like, those things get really big. It's actually scary. Their talons are massive. They would tear a human up. I would not mess with one of those things.
I think they're called orcs.
Yeah.
Even though they're more pig-like, they call them orcs. Okay, I like how they literally look. I love that anime-ish look. That is. If this was turned into an anime, I'd definitely watch it.
What current animes are you watching right now?
At the moment, I'm not currently watching anything. Mainly just due to the fact because I just stopped watching anime, and I want to get back into it, but I just don't really have the time for it anymore.
I binge watched one Morio put out there for it. Shout out to Morio. You were also on his stream like a couple times. Good grind sessions that help level you up as well. He recommended Jobless Reincarnation. I watched that. Yep. Binge watched the hell out of it during the Thanksgiving break, and I'm caught up now, week to week, every Sunday now. It's on Hulu, Crunchyroll, I'm assuming as well.
Honestly, there's really one that I want to have an anime adaptation, and if anyone's heard of this, it's a Korean manga called, this Korean is called Solo Leveling, and it's actually pronounced a manhwa for.
Yeah, the Korean stuff. Yeah, that's what those are called.
So it's actually almost finished. I've read the light novel version of it, and it is almost finished in a manhwa. It's getting to that point that I think it has like maybe 4 or 3 chapters left before it just starts like a whole epilogue side story thing.
Right.
But as of right now, the official story is almost done with. And honestly, each chapter that I've read and that I've read in the light novel, and I'm just seeing it now drawn, it's just getting me more hyped and hyped. And the only thing I'm just waiting for, I just wanted to get an adaptation. If it gets an adaptation, I'm definitely just gonna be dedicated to that show. Wait for every release, watch it day one, forget everything else. If I gotta go to work and it's debuting like right there in my shift at the start, I'm going in late and I'm gonna watch it. But no, if y'all want a recommendation, manhwa, Solo Leveling, give it a good read. It's honestly really good.
And speaking of manhwa and great Korean stuff, the phenomenon of Squid Game, I don't know if that's based on like a manhwa or something, or a light novel, or a comic.
It's definitely got to be off a novel, because again, almost everything is based off a novel. Because I mean, that's really, I think, the best idea to.
Because Alice in Borderland was based off of
yeah, because it's like it's the best way to get like, I guess your what's the word I'm looking for, ideas from. Yeah, that's really truly like I believe the only way. I mean I don't know if there's really any show out there that's like just straight out with like, well, maybe this besides TV shows, but like actual series. Yeah, just a lot of the ideas that you see on TV is just like, it's all basically from TV shows and whatnot. Movies, book, another animated series, or a long drama series from like.
No, that's it. And when it recycles itself, it looks like. Yeah.
Everything's pretty much from books until it gets its like TV or anime adaptation.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And actually, as a recent, MacGyver and I just watched Cowboy Bebop, the Netflix adaptation. And I don't know why people hate it so much. I'm actually loving it. It's really good. I like some of the jokes that they're doing in there, even though that's not like what Cowboy Bebop's all about. It's a serious. It's got a serious tone of a show, and I mean, there's a few jokes in it in the anime, but with Cowboy Bebop Netflix version, it does throw out some good jokes and references out there, which honestly I don't mind, because I'm that type of person who's just like I accept it for what it is, because again, I can understand it's like some people say, oh, it's not going by how it actually is in anime. It's like, you have to understand, it's like they can't do everything exactly how you see it in the anime, because it's just not going to come out right, or it's just going to come completely off. So that's why they have to go their own way to make it work. And you know what? I'm perfectly fine with it, because after that, overall, all the visual effects that they've done with it, all the graphic designs, the cities, the scenery, 10 out of 10. Especially the ships and the space travel. Oh my god, it's awesome.
I haven't seen it yet. Maybe one day. I'll get this disclaimer for everybody out there. the original Cowboy Bebop, the anime when it came out, I was just probably too young to really get into that kind of stuff at the time. And then when I finally was old enough to get into it, it had been goated to a lot of people at the time,
yeah.
and it was already hyped up to me a lot, overhyped actually. So when I finally sat down and binge watched it, I was very underwhelmed when I watched Cowboy Bebop.
I definitely want to binge watch it again, but MacGyver and I had agreed upon once we finish the Netflix adaptation, like probably just the whole thing, because as of right now we just finished season 1. We don't know whether there's going to be a season 2. If there's going to be no season 2, then we're going to move immediately on to the anime, because with how much hate or just like bad ratings that people are giving the adaptation, which honestly, get over it, people.
People probably who did that are probably like the ones that are like super into the anime.
Yeah, I think it's just that. But a lot of people who've not seen an anime and actually watch it do actually enjoy it.
Because Netflix, I didn't see Rurouni Kenshin that they did, or the Attack on... I don't think Netflix did the Attack on Titan live actions. But they did Bleach, and I saw that was terrible.
I mean,
in Full Metal Alchemist.
When you try to do adaptations of anime, you get a hit and miss, and a lot of them have been misses. Cowboy Bebop, I can understand it's a miss, but guess I'm enjoying it.
Oh, that's all that matters for you then.
I'm enjoying it. The guy who plays Spike, awesome. The guy who plays Jet, awesome. Now, the one I did not expect is that they changed Faye Valentine's character a whole lot in this one. So she's not exactly how she is in the anime, but what they did to her in this one, you know what? I like it.
Good stuff. So we made it over the hour and some change. Like that's usually the goal minimum of an hour for these things we go in. In this case, we actually beat the game. I think this is the first time. This is the first Night or Tale that we beat in the freaking game. All the other ones we were struggling, but we had enough content like to talk about and like to get in an hour.
I think we kind of went off topic a little bit, but you know what?
Not really. That's what it's about, gaming and nerd culture. It's no like linear path. It's about the experiences, your life experience, people, a different side of you that they may not, because we play Smash all the time, and then it's just like we do these deals to get people like that want to see a different side of us. That's why we stream as well. And you started recently streaming as well. Where can it? So this is archived on YouTube. So where can they find you on Twitch if they want to watch your streams?
All right. Well, if you go want to tune in my streams, you can find me at twitch.tv Gypsypsycho. I do occasionally stream here and there. I do want to try to make it more of a thing, but I'm gonna have to get more streaming setup going, like just for the Switch. But that requires another device to do that. But I do try to stream other games. So if y'all just want to, just come in, chat, chill. Again, twitch.tv, Gypsypsycho. You'll find me there.
Good stuff. And of course, my Twitch, Blinks Vids, just like here on YouTube. I know there's more. It's funny enough, there's more followers of me on Twitch than here on YouTube. There's only like 31 followers here on YouTube, but still, I got to put out more YouTube content again.
Yep.
You'll see some more out there. We'll do some more Night or Tales for you guys. It's a pleasure having Gypsypsycho. We'll probably play another game one day on here or something. Like, you never know. Like, you never know when we're going to have a YouTube. But hope y'all enjoyed this little session. Catch y'all another day.
Thank you all for watching. Have a good night.